all the way. Right.
I believe in us. Yanis is in the room. Come on, Yanis. You are? Yeah. One with your phone looking? Oh, video on the bottom, yeah. Maybe.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back for another episode of Raw Live. I'm Frankie J, your host, and with me is the one and only Todd. And this is new. I gotta say it's a little different. The updates here at Fireside, but they're probably done for a reason. And Todd, thanks for being back. We have a continuation, should we say, of last week's show. And Ray, thank you for being the first audience member. What's up, Todd?
How's it going? Snowing here in Buffalo today. It's kind of crappy after a 70-degree day.
I had the air condition on 2 days ago. It was 83 degrees.
Yeah. Well, that's what you get here. It's springtime. Could snow, could hail, could be 80.
Wake up sweating, put the AC on the next day. I'm shivering, and there's icicles in my window. It was weird. But I guess that's what you get when you live in Buffalo, New York, right? Buffalo Bills, baby. Ray's a sports fan. But I'm ready for the Buffalo Bills season. But I wanted to take a quick moment and hope Joanne, our other part of the trio, is okay. Her husband's okay. They had to go in for some emergency dental work today, and I know her hubby was struggling for quite some time. In fact, I am too. I have to have like 4 teeth pulled. It's just that time. You get up there in age, and your teeth start to say goodbye to you. But anyways, I hope that everything's working out with her, and hopefully she's back with us for the next show. And I wanted to thank all the feedback we've been getting via email about the show, ideas, opinions. If anybody wants to give us any ideas about future show ideas, or they want to be on the show, my email address is in the ticker there, info@frankiejexperience.com, and my website's there that I'm going to update this week. You can drop us a line on there, and all of past content's on there as well. But Todd, I really wanted to kind of talk today about what we were ending our last show about, and it was about communicating appropriately with people that are transitioned, and if you get into a situation where it could be awkward.
Good luck. That's my
Yeah.
It's my take on that. You better be walking on eggshells. I don't know what the proper thing is, because what if you honestly make a mistake? Well, that can break loose. Real quick.
That's a big concern I have, is all these little reels I've been seeing on Instagram the last couple weeks. They're showing, videos of people that are, they're boldly being disrespected. Okay, I don't condone the way these individuals are being treated, but there are times where just people can't tell, because there are women that have very short hair, and they got male features, and it's hard to tell sometimes. And for me, I'm that guy that always makes some mistakes. And I truthfully, as much as I respect what that community is all about and what they're doing, I think it should be both ways. I need respect back, knowing that I'm not educated with all of that. And if you want to be engaged with appropriately, teach me how. Instead of smacking me, yelling at me, blowing up at me, I'm I don't know, do a show on it and make me understand. Make me understand because for me, and this isn't to be funny, but if a woman is born a woman and wants to be a man, okay, all right, but then wants to be with a woman that wants to be a man.
You lost me.
Well, that's what I mean, right? I'm born a woman. I want to be a man, but I want to be with a woman that is dominant and wants to be with a woman that is dressed like a man. It's that binary thing where I get confused, right? You're born okay, I'll give you a better example. I'm born a female and I want to be a man, okay? And as a man, I transitioned into a man. I want to be with another man. But
a manly
that man used
or
to
a
be a
woman
woman.
man?
That's let me finish. That man they want to be with. Who is that?
Oh my Joe! Hey, is that a?
Jeez, that's.
I thought you invited one up.
No, it's just a new upgrade. What a weird thing. It was just boom.
Wow.
Joanne, welcome. I was just a few minutes ago hoping that everything was going okay with you and hubby and the dental, so I'm glad you made it.
Well, yeah, I was just looking at, because I just got home, I'm exhausted, and I said, oh, there it is. So, I mean, I had my own dental surgery today, so
Oh, I got to get mine.
here we go.
Let's ask Joanne. Joanne,
Well,
what is a woman
well, excuse me.
to you?
What is a woman to
Oh,
you?
God, you guys are really going down this road, are you?
I didn't start it. Well,
He said he was confused.
Well, to me, a woman is it's a biological. Who is the two XY chromosomes?
Okay.
Somebody do that for me.
I
That's a
did.
woman. Okay, she's born
Okay.
a woman. She has the
And
XY, right? Because aren't men XX or YYs? I don't remember.
So an adult female.
I missed that episode of Mr. Wizard.
I know I missed that. I missed that part of bio.
Yeah.
But
Well, to kind of catch people up, I know Monica just jumped in. What I wanted to kind of talk about today, we left off with this last show, and where I'm the guy that makes the mistakes, communicates inappropriately, sometimes on accident, and I don't want to make these mistakes. And if I run into a person that's transitioned, or whatever, there's literally sometimes you just can't tell. There's a store across the road from me that I frequent, and honestly, I still and I'm not being a smart aleck. I can't tell if it's a male or a female. I just can't.
well, then
And
don't worry your little head and say,
Well-
"Hi, how are you?"
well, that's what I do. But I'm so 45 years old. I was raised, sir, ma'am, and it's hard to break that habit. But I want to learn, and
Sorry.
no. I just want to learn because if that community wants to respect it that I feel they deserve, okay, I'm all about them wanting to do it, but show me the respect and courtesy that I don't know and I'm trying to learn. Instead of flying off the handle at me that I addressed you incorrectly, let's have some way of teaching me.
I don't think
Like
so.
my stylus pen?
Yes.
No, there's no teaching you anything.
Well, I'm not a lost cause yet. I got a couple of years.
Well, I don't know.
Okay, that's what I wanted to.
I don't know where you
about.
start. That's the thing. I don't know.
Well,
there's no common ground.
Do I
there.
bring up a good point? Is anybody down in the audience think I bring up a good point? If I want to do it correctly. I want to be politically correct when I'm addressing anybody, not just people of the LGBTQ community. Everybody, I want to be appropriate with. But if I don't know how, that
Frankie.
limits conversation.
They're saying men can get pregnant now, Frankie. How do you?
Arnold Schwarzenegger did
Where
a movie
do
a
we
long
start?
time ago. Where do we start? It's a
That's
chopper.
right. That's right, didn't he? Yes. Oh, goodness.
Oh yeah, I remember that. Mr. Mom or something. What was that?
No.
Oh, that was something else.
Oh my goodness!
Yeah.
Wasn't that with
Arnold Schwarzenegger.
I know.
We just talked about him.
This is a continuation
No,
of
that's
last
why
show.
I thought I'm gonna find out what movie that was. But
I
no,
don't
to
know.
kind of elaborate, Todd, you were going off on it a little bit. Why don't you elaborate
On what?
on how you feel like if you're in a position, an awkward position?
Oh,
I mean, wouldn't you rather know how to respectfully, appropriately engage in conversation with people without being?
yes, but I don't think it would have to escalate. If I made the mistake and
Yeah,
said person was to yell at me, I would just say, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
yeah,
Unless
that's
I
a good
guess I
point.
was having a bad day. I mean, and then you fire back, but then you're just asking for it. Why even get involved? Say,
Yeah,
hey, I'm
exactly.
sorry. I didn't know.
Exactly.
Walk out the store with your little bag of chips and hit the road.
Ah, Monica
So
wants to come up.
go ahead, Joanne, bring her on up.
There you go, Monica.
Hi, Monica.
Hey, how are you?
Good. What's happening? Good to hear from you.
Oh, thank you, sweetie. So, you know what? I mean, Frankie, you know me. I keep it real. I think that if you're going to have an honest conversation about the LGBTQI community,
Hmm.
take the time to know how they prefer to be referred to because the pronouns, I know sometimes it can be challenging for people, the she, her, he, they, them, all that kind of stuff. I get it. I do. I absolutely get it and understand it. But I think that we have a responsibility, whether you're straight, you're gay, you're, part of the LGBTQI community, whatever, take the time to know how people want to be referred to and don't make assumptions, because that can get you in a lot of trouble. And because oh man, because the transgender gender community is one of the fastest growing hate crime communities. I mean,
About
the
the
things
hate
that I
crime that was against the woman who said about the sports, about the team, and she was attacked by a bunch of transgenders. So
yeah
there's hate all over, and I
Hmm.
think that again, I can't keep quiet. I live in New York City. Okay. So, and this is where the gay community came in the 80s and in the 70s because they could not be accepted elsewhere. I also am a figure skater. I'm in the entertainment industry, and most artists, that is the community, and everybody respected them. I worked at a company that was very progressive. My bosses were gay. The thing is that I think now when you're dealing with the transgender, you're dealing with 1% of the population.
Mhm.
And if somebody can, like when sometimes some people will say to me, "Thank you, ma'am," and I'll go, "This was your, I look that old." I mean, we all have to kind of try and be polite all together. Where am I going to go and find out how you identify and as how you need to be addressed? I don't think it's
Mhm.
a general, unless you can go and Google it and get all the 12 different ways.
Yeah.
I think we just have to really start first dealing with what really is the issue here.
Yeah. Why are you getting? Why do I have to play along with your delusion?
Well, no, don't be nasty. That's
I'm
not a
not.
delusion. It's, you know, I
Notice I'm
mean,
just listening.
yeah,
Yeah, because
well,
I mean, I hear what you guys are saying, but like, it's
Well,
not a joke. And I mean, I even noticed last week on your
no, we're not making
show.
a joke out of it. I'm
Yeah,
not
but
making a
it
joke out
kind
of
of
it.
comes across that way a little bit, Frankie. At least it did for me last week. And it's not a joke. It's serious out here. It really, really is. I mean, I get it. Some people don't get it. Some
Well,
people don't understand it. And I think it's
I do want
important
to.
that we're
I do want to
always
stop you.
respectful of each other. Period. No matter
I,
what
I
somebody's
was,
lifestyle choice is.
and that's what I'm saying,
and that's what I said
and
right in the
that's what I'm
beginning. I
saying.
want to be appropriate and respectful to everybody, like I've always been, but I don't want to disrespect by not knowing. That's I'm actually being serious, even though
And I guess you gotta go Google it, or you gotta go and because I don't. I think every day it's going to
yeah.
change. I think that we also have to deal with the fact that again, where I will still come back to. how often are you, depending on where you live,
Dealing with
going
that.
to come across somebody who is transitioning, somebody who is transgender?
Someone in my own
Um,
family,
I think it's different. Gay,
okay,
lesbian
well,
is
but I
to
don't talk to
transgender
my
though.
family.
And
right,
what
okay,
I've learned to do, because I'm in Atlanta, and Atlanta is the number one city when it comes down to gay. I mean, they've outnumbered
Really?
everybody. Oh
Huh?
yeah,
I didn't know
but
that.
if I
No
have
kidding.
well, that's
if I have any questions, or if I'm suspect about something, I will just ask somebody. I'll ask them. I'll say, I don't want to be rude or disrespectful, so please tell me how you prefer to be referred to. And most people are not offended by that. They'll just tell you her, she, they, them. They'll tell you, and it's not.
on LinkedIn. That's where people are doing the identifying also. But that's beautiful, Monica. That's exactly what I was really saying,
Mhm.
in the sense of you politely you ask. It's like being in a
Absolutely.
foreign country and not
It's,
speaking the language.
it's still a
Right.
person.
It's still a
Absolutely.
person. We still have to be respectful no matter what. In any,
Absolutely.
and I think that you're correct. You politely say, um, if you're in that situation, how do I, I don't want to offend you. I respect you. How do I address you?
Absolutely. I mean, here everybody just says, hey, I don't want to offend you. So how do you prefer to be referred to? And most people are so cool with it, and they'll just tell you, and then fine, you get on with your conversation. But if you make an
Well,
honest mistake, sometimes you do make an honest mistake where you don't know, exactly whether somebody is transitioning, or what their preference is in regards to how they want to be referred to. So it's better to just ask, and it's usually cool. So
well,
that's
the
all I had to
reason
say.
I brought this up is and to clarify and perhaps apologize, I wasn't making a joke out of anything. I'm trying to actually learn this stuff because it is very prominent and in my area, believe it or
Very.
not, and I'm sure Tio will validate it, it's around pretty significantly. I see it all the time in
Absolutely.
our area. And actually the school district that I went to my entire life, um historically the first kid to transition completely, it was all over the news, and that was like 8 9 years ago, so it's prominent.
Yeah.
And I have friend, I don't want to disrespect, but I have that personality that sometimes comes off as sarcastic or goofy, and I don't mean it seems disrespectful, but it's not,
Yeah.
it's me.
Yeah.
But I don't want to offend somebody, so I'm trying to think, well, what if somebody I can't tell, and I used to be in sales, okay? I would be probably fired in sales now because I would have problems with that, and I'm just being honest.
Yeah. I
Yeah,
get you.
no, it's hard.
Yep. I get you. Yep. So that's all I wanted to say, you
So,
guys.
well, Monica, no, appreciate the feedback because that's how things get better. Conversation, right?
Yeah, and I mean, if people are listening to your replays, I was like, it came off to me a little jokey, like you guys thought it was a joke, and I was like, oh,
Hmm.
you have to be careful with that, especially in this day and age, because that's not what we're supposed to be doing. We're supposed to be inclusive of everybody, and it's not a joke. I mean, my show tonight is about the racial divide in this country. And I actually changed my show because it was supposed to be something else, but in light of what just happened with the 16-year-old kid up in Missouri and what just happened in Tennessee, I mean, I'm tired of it. And from an investigator standpoint, because that's what I do for a living, I'm a detective. This stuff is just getting insane, and we have to figure out what do we need to do to collectively come together as a country. It's
Hmm.
about, if 9/11 was to happen tomorrow, I don't think any of us could give a rat's ass whether we're white, Jewish, Asian, Irish, or black. I think we would all be trying to survive and
Hmm.
figure out how we can survive together. Not, I don't want to help Todd, or I don't want to help Joanne because she's white and I'm black. That's not what we're going to be thinking about if somebody comes and bombs our damn country. That's not going to be our thought process. So,
Right.
why does it always take the tragedy for us to come together? Because it's getting insane out here. It's getting
Hmm.
insane.
It's scary,
It's
and
bad.
Exactly. It's bad. And the thing is that if you ignore it, people, that's what people want to do. As with everything, we want a pill. I want to take Ozempic because I want to lose weight. I want a pill that's going to make me happier. And we then don't really get to the root of things. And this is bad. And something, unfortunately for me, I believe something really bad has to happen before we can come together. And it's sad that
Always.
a 9
And I'm
had to
sick
bring
of
us.
it. I'm sick of it. And I'm going to say this, you guys, and you can put me back in the audience. But I think what broke my heart more than anything, as I've kept up with the story with the 16-year-old, is that after that young man was shot, he went to three different neighbors and nobody would open their door for him because they were white and he was black. A 16-year-old kid bleeding because he's just been shot, and not a single person opened the door to help this kid. What in the hell? Who does
I don't
that?
know. I don't
I
know the
just
whole story there. What
I
time of
can't
day
make
was this?
I can't make
10
it
at
was
night?
at night. It was at night. But
I wouldn't open my door either.
I can't fathom, you know, call the police or something, but it wasn't
Mm.
fake. I don't understand it, and
They
I'm
think,
not I don't
do
want to
they
get
think
into
that
that
this
part.
was,
I
well,
just,
do they
I'm
think that this was
respectful
a
of what you
racial
just
issue?
said, but it absolutely was a racial issue. There's no question
Really?
about it. That's why they arrested the gentleman that shot him. It was absolutely
He's
a
out though
racial
now, isn't
incident.
he?
I don't know whether he is or not, Todd. I don't know. I don't know.
I'll have to read into
It
it.
could be. The guy was 87 years old. He could have just been a little delusional. Also, we don't have footage. I don't know. I'm not quick to jump on the race issue here. As a matter of fact, I don't think it's that big of a deal as it used to be. Personally, I don't. I think the news blows this crap way out of proportion. We don't even know the truth yet of this story.
Well, I happen to agree with that. We don't really know all the truth. And that's
He
the
was
bad part.
87.
Was he really 87, that guy? I
He
didn't know
was
that.
old. I mean, should he have come to the gun or door with a gun? Probably not. No, there's a lot of things that were wrong, but to
I
immediately
mean,
jump
this whole thing,
to he
people
was,
were
I don't know. He may have been. You could be right. I could be wrong.
Hey, Frankie, you can just put me back in the audience. Have a good show, and I'll talk to you soon. Okay?
All right, thanks,
Have a
Mark,
good
for
Thank
your
you.
show.
input. It's always appreciated.
No
You know
worries.
that.
Thank you. Have a good show, sweetie. Appreciate you.
But yeah, I'm gonna have to look into that a little bit because truthfully, I don't know the ins and outs or anything about that. Um, to be truthful, it just says here white homeowner were accused of shooting black teen, 85-year-old.
Hmm.
He is facing 2 felony charges.
He should
Um,
be.
84-year-old
Yeah, it should be.
who allegedly shot and wounded a black teen after the 16-year-old went to the wrong home to pick up his siblings. So he wasn't shot at that point. He was shot when he went to the wrong door.
Yeah, totally wrong. Totally.
And then he probably left from that door to other doors to get help. I'm gonna read
Mhm.
further on after the show, but no, I don't think. I don't know. I wasn't there. I don't know the situation. I can't speak for where I'm not. And I shouldn't. I don't have that right.
But it is
But
out of control. We're out of
Yeah.
no, it
control.
is. It is out of
We
control,
are
and
out
that's
of control. And
yeah. I didn't want to go
I,
off topic here of what we were talking about, but I didn't mean for that to sound disrespectful last week. If anything, in my mind, my brain, the way it works, I felt I was being respectful, trying to find out. And I'm goofy. I like to have a little bit of fun. So maybe I laughed off cue or something. I'm not sure. So
well,
hopefully I can.
again, everybody, I hate to say this, but if we have to be so careful with everything we say, does
Mm.
then that mean we're free? I
Does
mean,
that what?
does it mean we're free? Does it mean we have freedom
No,
of speech? Now, I don't believe in freedom of abusive speech.
no.
I,
Good point.
I, I come from the school of thought, and that's what it really is. It's abusive speech. And, just like I don't care who the candidate is, I'll
Hmm.
go and I'll see Joe Biden go up, and in the background, you'll hear people going, Joe Biden sucks. Joe Biden sucks. I don't like that. I,
Well, I think it's rude.
I just, yes. And, or if there's Trump and there's usually no one saying anything. I don't know. All I'm saying is that we are in a state where we're all walking on edge. eggs as to what we can and cannot say, and that's a real learning lesson. Um,
That is.
I do think Monica's suggestion about if you don't know how to address somebody, you ask them politely.
Yeah.
Um, I don't know what she's referring to. The only thing I could think that she thought we were disrespectful was when we called ourselves us. So
Oh,
I,
I didn't even remember that, to be truthful. Yeah, I didn't remember that.
but
Well,
it
that
was,
was, I think, me trying to take us to something and cutting the edge off it.
I mean, that's what comedians do. I mean, I hate
Mhm.
to say it, but go look at George Carlin and go look at what this man talks about. That I want to start a conspiracy theory.
Well, he's
This,
dead now, and he's been dead for a decade.
that's
And
right.
he was talking about that 20 years before.
That's right. He
I've
was
been
talking about all this stuff 20 years before. But that, so I then sit there and go, well, maybe he was murdered, because he died at the age of 70.
I think
Um,
he was a big smoker, actually. I'm not sure though.
Yeah, well, he
was.
used to. Now
Oh, did he?
comedians, you get heckled off the stage. I watch a lot of live comedians, and
Yeah.
you make a couple jokes like that, or
Yeah.
anything that's. I mean,
Yeah.
you get heckled. It's
Well, you
nuts
got to
out
know how
there
to
now.
handle your business, that's for sure,
Yeah.
and make
It,
fun of
it,
yourself 90% of the time.
right.
Yeah.
But, we all have to, I mean, look at Dave Chappelle. It, and it, I mean, I hate to be cursing or whatever. We just really need a reset here.
Yeah,
And
a
unless,
redo.
yeah, we need a reset. But there's so much hate and so much fear. See, and
Hmm.
that's what brings the bad things. Fear and hate are not two good combinations.
No.
No,
So
no.
that's what brought Hitler around.
Yeah. Turn the
So
TV off. Go outside.
thank you. Turn
Enjoy
the
the company of others, and you won't even worry about none of that stuff. You just be a
news
human
off.
Well,
being.
Todd and me are the kind of guys that could walk in that. I think it was last episode. I said that, what was it, a few years back, a friend of mine that I used to work with, she insisted I went downtown Buffalo to the gay bars with her. And I went down and had a blast. It was probably the best time I had out at a bar. The people, they were all
Well,
respectful, they
that
were fun. I don't have a problem with that community at all.
well, I guess I don't know. Being in New York, there was never really. There's not that much hate, or at least not that I've seen.
Hmm.
I lived in Manhattan. I was in industries where it was very rampant because it was the creative industry.
Well, it's art.
So it
It's the
does say
arts.
the arts. That's the creative industry, and then that says something.
Hmm.
It says a lot. But I don't believe in any hate crimes. I don't. But we're in really very, very. How do we say? I mean, I will always say this. Lincoln said, "A house divided cannot stand," and technically, that's what's going on. I mean, we are.
Well, we got a
So
long year ahead of us with the elections coming up. Obviously, that's going to be another very back and forth divided year, and I don't look forward to it at all. In fact, I'm actually happy I don't watch the news 99% of the time because I don't want to be part of that fighting. I don't care about that. I'm not a fighter. Like, I don't want to fight.
but you see, somebody, somewhere, somehow, we have to fix it. And
Yeah, I
I just
agree.
think what do we need, a tragedy? Do we need another 9/11? Do we
No,
need? I mean, COVID didn't even bring us together.
no,
No.
it
Um,
actually made us more apart. If you want my opinion,
Hmm.
it
nobody
divided.
wants to talk to anybody anymore in public.
It just is. We
Yeah.
are going down a road that I don't know. It's kind of scary and sad that I do say I'm glad I'm at the bottom of the hill. I,
Well,
I feel bad for the younger generation. I feel bad for the young children of today.
it is like Monica said. It
It's
is
too easy.
scary.
It's just too easy now. We've made things way too easy.
And
Before you had to learn something, you
we're
either asked
running out
your
of time here, T.O. Finish your point.
well,
What do you mean
before
it's
you
too
used
easy?
you want to know something, you used to have to ask your mom or your dad, and if they didn't know,
Mhm.
you had to go figure it out on your own. Now you just ask Alexa, you ask Siri, you can get all the answers you want too quick.
Very good point.
You don't get the experience. Yeah, she'll
That's a
even
great
answer the
point.
Dewey Decimal.
I used to think pie was cherry, but hey, who am I? But
Yeah,
we're
what?
almost
Stop
out of
the hate,
time.
everybody. Just stop the hate.
Yeah,
I mean,
definitely, I agree. But
I don't. It
yeah,
just stop the hate.
stop hating. Yeah, because hate leads to bad things. Bad
that goes
things,
for
man.
us too.
Yeah, yeah. We're just up here to have a little bit of fun and try to take serious stories and make them easier to talk about, I guess. So, but anyways, we're almost out of time here. Teal, Joanne, thanks for coming in late. I'm glad everything is going well with the home front. Teal, thanks for being here again. Monica, thanks for joining the stage and sharing your opinion. It's appreciated and acknowledged for sure. And everyone else out there that's listening worldwide, outside the studio, on YouTube or wherever, we do appreciate you all being here. We'll be back again Thursday at 6 p.m. Eastern time. And then Tuesday, we'll have Danielle Santilli, singer, songwriter, marketing manager